the psoas in here. Does that hurt? Is it one side that hurts more than the other?
It was though, right? But
At
now
first.
it's just
It's the whole thing.
Now it's just kind of spread
Yeah.
instantly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so any kind of like stretching that you do in that area is just gonna sort of make things more aggravated because the damage has been done, you know? It's just a matter of now waiting for the inflammation phase, which usually lasts about 72 hours, 3 days. So you just have to wait till that's complete.
And then it goes right back in.
Yeah, and then the heat and the swelling and the pressure calms down, and then, you know, we can start doing the real work, which is like opening up the tissue that is causing such a pull, such a demand on the lower back that it eventually gets to that point where it just can't take anymore. And most of the time, it's the hips that are the problem. You got too much tension around the hip joint and too much weakness in the core. So that lower spine is like sort of beveled in. You got that reverse curvature in the lower back, or hypercurvature, I should say. So that's what today we're gonna try to take the pressure out of the hips to let that lower back relax. You know, let it heal, let that inflammation move. Does that hurt the lower back a little bit?
I just moved.
That movement. Yeah. Nice stretch in there. Maybe like wiggle your toes a little bit in this leg. You can relax. Like my pink sheets. I put my white sheets in with like 3 tie-dye shirts I just got. And now they're pink. So right now we're trying to get that deep end range flexibility in that hip. I'm gonna actually have you like push into me just a little bit. And relax. Breathe. Push into me a little bit. Relax. Deep breath. Feel that nice stretch going on? Especially because you're ice skating, you're doing a lot of that hip work, and it gets really clusterfucked in there, it gets like very claustrophobic in the socket joint. So the movement when the head of the femur is moving in the socket, it's just very stiff, very rigid, and that constant strain and stress, will start to spread into other groups and muscles of the body, which is sort of like a black hole, it's sucking all that tension and pressure, which is constantly pulling on your lower back, making it weaker and weaker and thinner and tighter, and then it gets to a point where it's like, boom, point of no return. You gotta wait for the inflammation to stop now. That's just the way it is. Make a big difference, because now it's almost like unclogging the drain, so this inflammation will actually have somewhere to move. It's not going to cure it, because the damage has been done, but it could definitely help push into my hip. Relax. See, what I'm doing here is I'm activating that deep tissue by you pushing into me. I'm activating the tissue deep in the groin. And that's the beauty of yoga, is like, you're in these deep positions and you're having to hold your body weight, which is activating all those hard, dense pockets that are in the joint, making it congested. Push in again. Relax. Just greasing up that hip a little bit. It's moving real good. I'm going to have you push up into my hand with your knee. And relax. Breathe. Shake it out. Push up into my hand. And relax. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Push up one more time. Relax. Nice. Feel that really opening up in there? Grease it up a little bit. Feel if there's any more sort of sticky spots in that hip. Seems to be doing pretty good. Gets a little sticky in here, but not too bad. So now we got that inside of the hip socket nice and greased up. Now you gotta get the other side. So that's where like rotating the leg in is really important. Getting that rotation. Deep breath. Let it go. Deep breath. Let it go. Feel a good stretch? Deep breath. at the top of the hip.
It's a tight one.
Sucks, huh? So just keep breathing into it. Let it go. Breathe strong. Let it go. There you go. Breathe strong. Let it go. So if I keep going, it's going to get more into your lower back. You starting to feel that in your lower back? A little bit? See, we don't want to get it too much into the lower back right now because it's inflamed. We just want to get right at the top of the head.
Yeah.
You feel it right there? Down in there too? How did you feel after the last 2 massages?
It was awesome.
Yeah, you were feeling really good in your upper back and
It was sore the first day for sure.
soreness.
The second day, yeah.
But then after that, you've noticed like you have way more mobility and range of motion, and
Oh yeah.
you don't get stiff and tired so quick.
Oh, yeah, it was loose.
Yeah, you feel yeah.
Real good.
And so that's like the progression that we want to keep going. You know, it's like sometimes your back going out or something going can actually, in my opinion, be a good sign, because you know that's just a sign that your body is starting to uncoil. You know, and sometimes when the body uncoils and it's weak in certain areas and your body's been very rigid and defensive of that area, and as like it's starting to uncoil and unveil all the weaknesses, when that focus is on that weakness now, towards before it was being protected by all your other muscles, boom, it'll get hit. But it's sort of part of the process as we're learning to like get better balance. And you know, you're gonna, you know, with some yoga, with some different perspectives that you've never done before, some different influences in your day-to-day life, it's gonna really give you a different perspective on how to take care of this and strengthen in certain areas where, you know, like you said, you're getting a little older, so it's something we can focus on. You know, sometimes it seems like a setback, but you know, like you told me, the radiating pain doesn't go below the knee. You know, if it was to go below the knee, that would show that there's some damage at your spine. So really, we're just trying to do damage control now and make sure your tissue's happy and healthy. As you continue to unwind. How's that hip feeling?
Okay.
Feels nice?
As long as I don't move. If I go to the chiropractor and I say, pull my back, they're gonna the massage therapist just massage the back, like that's how they typically swing.
Yeah, it's well, some will not know any better, and they'll just go in there and try to.
Deep tissue.
Yeah, they'll do deep tissue, or even they'll do something super, like even something light. Like you want to do some more like drainage techniques, like lymphatic drainage, or just light effleurage. Yeah, just getting that blood to flow, and we'll do that. You know, when I flip you over, I'm going to do some effleurage strokes to move that inflammation, but not enough to exacerbate or make the issue any worse. Feel bad for Sky Fox over there.
Oh, I'm fine.
Well,
Reading. Sky Fox gets skydive this weekend, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be nice out.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay. Alright.
Are you gonna edit that something?
No, I want this shot to be of my ass right here. This is the one that's gonna get all the ladies, you know, and I gotta show a little nipple right here.
It's frozen then. How many hours do you have on that thing?
What do you mean, that I can record, or that I have recorded?
No, you can.
I got the 128 gigabyte one, so I think you could do about, I think it's like 4 to 6 hours.
Nice.
I wanted to get the big one just so I could do recordings like this, you know? Yeah, I'll probably edit bits and pieces out and throw them up if like there's a cool part or something like that. I don't know, I might just throw the whole thing up there just like that.
People aren't gonna watch all an hour.
No, but they could flip through, you know. Really, it's more for me just to keep myself accountable and do something I want to do, and I don't think my techniques are the best or even that great, but they do help and they do work, and there's a lot of people who know much less than me about the body, and I think like that's what I'm trying to target is the people who, you know, rely on someone for all their health tips, you know, like a doctor who really doesn't understand the body, you know, like, you know, this is for those people who are on, you know, ibuprofen or Oxycontin or, you know, Percocets and stuff who are like addicted because they don't know how to work with their pain, you know. Like, that's what I'm interested in, is targeting people who are beginners. Just to know this stuff is manageable and it's not a hopeless thing. It is hopeless when you don't have any information or resources, but that's what I hope to do, is add a little bit of just my world. Can't hurt, you know? There's this one guy I follow on Facebook. He's like this Chinese guy who lives in New York, and he goes to like different parks and subway stations, and he just goes and like works and massages people, and he understands like acupuncture and just basic massage techniques. And he does it for free. Like I think he's like a delivery guy. He delivers like pizzas and stuff, but you know, he's been meditating for 30 years and learning about about healing and practicing it just because that's his passion, you know. And it's really exciting to see him like just sharing it, and like he can't even barely speak English, you know, and he's doing it just because it's what he's called to do, you know. And it's like, well, I can speak English, I can sort of translate what he's saying and do it in my own way too. But yeah, it was inspiring to see someone just, you know, like you see someone playing guitar in the subway. He's there with a mat on the ground, like, or on a bench or wherever, just showing people his craft, you know. Yeah. Maybe push into my hip. And relax. Breathe. Breathe. You feeling a nice stretch? Push into me again. And relax. Also, I'm not going to only get one video today, I'm going to get two. This is really exciting. I've been wanting to do this for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Like, well, way more than 3 weeks, but like I've had the camera now for about 3 weeks, and I've just been killing myself, like, why aren't you doing it yet? Get this going, like, stop procrastinating, like, you've got everything you need now. Push your knee up in my hands, and relax. And now literally I've got all these new parts over here.
You just need it up.
Yep, exactly. Need some bodies. And so maybe you can,
Body doubles.
yeah. Well, and I got some interesting bodies to work on for the first time. We do like really interesting things, like you're a knight at medieval times, and play ice hockey for your whole life. Push into my hip. And you're a stuntman. You've worked on a lot of Chicago features. Relax. Take a deep breath. TV shows, yeah.
You gotta watch Chicago Fire March 1st.
Chicago Fire on March 1st. Really?
Oh, that's when it's supposed to air.
We come right out of the building, the burning building. The door gets stuck, so we have to plow through, and I knock a guy over, and she comes running through.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're both on the same ship.
Wow.
We'll see who gets.
I'm definitely gonna be on the camera.
Yeah.
This is in the front. I run right past the camera guy. Screaming. When I was actually screaming, I was yelling at the camera guy, but he ain't gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my way, my instincts telling me this guy's in front of me. If you hit the camera guy, you're fired.
Really?
Yeah, don't let me call
I want to run over the camera.
Push your knee up in your hands, just lightly. Just lightly. Relax. Relax. Just lightly. Yeah, there we go. Because I want to get the weakest part of your groin. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It's harder, right? When it's a little lighter. And then target that right muscle and relax. Breathe. Because when we get that deep, weak muscle to activate, it's going to actually help relax the muscles that are sort of taking over for that muscle. Because we want a balanced hip. You know, we don't want just certain parts being really strong and overcompensating for the littler, smaller, more intricate, deeper muscles, which is actually going to keep you healthier longer. Because then that hip really articulates smooth and happy and all greased up, instead of like clunky and which is fine, you know, it'll get you from A to B, but you know, we want to get from A to Z, not from A to Z.
Yeah, but it's weird because I could stretch it more. It's more flexible, but it's like rotating. It's still
Rotating and stiff, yeah, I feel that right,
But the hip is stiff.
right in this
I
pocket
think
right here.
My left side is stiff here. My right side is stiffer on this side.
Oh, okay.
So
Because
it
right
feels
here,
like
right here, this is like, I'm getting nothing right here.
it should go farther.
It should go farther across to that shoulder.
Yeah. It's the flex.
Yeah, right in here.
Yeah.
Deep breath in. Deep breath in. And so I hold these stretches for a long time so that the GTO in the muscle, the Gogli tendon apparatus, can really start to get the nervous system to calm this area down. Because if you keep it excited for long enough, eventually the nervous system is going to get the hint and it's going to start to like trigger that GTO into relaxing. And then the fascial layer will start to shift. And that's when you'll feel that like that really nice relief like in the stretch right at the end. But sometimes it can take like 3 minutes. You know, sometimes you have to sit here and just wait for the body to like really get the hint. But when there's been so much trauma for so many years, it just accumulates and gets really thick and dense and glued together. But it's starting to shift. I already noticed, you know, you got about 2 or 3 inches of movement already. The breath really helps. Once I get a little room, I'll start to work into that space a little bit more. Find some more deep pockets, like right there. See that? Just breathe into it. It's not so serious. Sometimes it feels serious, but it's trauma, you know, it's trauma in your tissue. Your tissue it's traumatized. So, you know, that's why the breathing really helps, because it's like being there for someone who's having a panic attack or who just went through some trauma. It's like you need to rewire the nervous system connection to the trauma in that area. Like, and the only way to do that is to like remind yourself, we're getting better. We're doing this so you can feel better. Like, this pain is not just more pain that's going to cause more and more issues, which the body's used to. So that's why it doesn't trust. Because it's like, you're just going to fuck me up more. You know? Like, I don't trust you. But if you breathe with it and like tell the body it's okay, like this is for your own benefit, like this pain is good, you know, then you can develop a better relationship with the tissue and it will actually start to open up. So it's got trust issues, you know, just like all of us, right? So breathe, let it go. Breathe. Really face that pain. So just take it easy now. Now it's going to start to let go. Let's not fight it. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's going to start opening up real good in just a second. There it is. There it is. Feel that? A little more. And then it's really going to open up. See how patient you have to be with that stretch? We weren't getting anywhere for a long time. We could just say, oh, well, that's just my flexibility. That's just where I'm at. But that's being really insensitive to the body's ability to like heal and grow and change and get better. It's pretty good at it. Sometimes we just have to learn its language and its timing. So that's good. We moved through that huge barrier. Like, you were stuck right here. And then look, now it's nice and greased up. Still sticky in there. Still feels uncomfortable, right? Yeah. So let's get a couple more deep breaths right in here just to really seal the deal right here. starts lubricating. You know, I'm using literally your bones to massage your hip socket. So the work doesn't have to be aggressive. It's just nice and developing that new relationship with the old abusive one. I'm just going to give you a little internal rotation. Resist my rotation. And relax. Resist again. And relax. Much better movement in the hip socket. This is going to take so much demand off of that lower back. Still feels a little scary right here. Breathe into it. Let it go. Almost there. Okay. Feeling, starting to feel that blood flow to the back of the leg, feeling a little weird. Ooh-wee. You been having some sinus stuff? Yeah.
Tough in my feet.
Yeah. Your toes and reflexology is your neck, your face. You got sinus areas right in here. You can get into your shoulder, your ear. You know, this is also like your head and neck on your big toe. It's like your the big head and neck area. But yeah, you massage it in here. This will help with the face, because the nerves run out of your spine and run through your whole body, you know? Like, they spread out and connect to every cell in your body. Like, you know, the reason you feel what I'm doing down here is because your nerve is coming out of your spine, running all the way down your leg and connecting, finishing in your skin cells, you know? Like, it's all interconnected. So, you know, by activating this tissue here and reducing the hardness in the tissue is actually sending sensations through that whole nerve branch all the way up into your spine, and it's sedating the nerve all the way up, the whole thing, you know? So like people will do like acupressure or acupuncture, and that's sort of working on a different system. That's more of like your magnetic body, your energetic body, but I'm sure those two worlds intercross at some juncture, you know? Like there's no separateness in the body, like the mind, the body, the soul. Like we all say those things are very different, but really they're all part of the same thing. You can't really separate them. They all influence each other immediately, you know? There's no separation. We just put them in their own boxes so we can maybe understand them a little better. But to understand them truly, you have to see how they interrelate. Just like the problem with modern medicine, it's like, we're like, okay, you got a liver problem, let's remove your liver, but what's causing a liver problem? You know, like what disharmony is happening where your liver's not getting what it needs to do the job it was designed for? You know, instead we're just like, all right, there's a problem with this, let's cut it out, you know? Like, well, what's causing that, you know? What's adding to that?
Or let's drug you up to create more problems. And
Yeah, let's ignore it or distract or, denial. We have a big problem with that in our culture. It's just being humble. It's just slowing down and smelling the roses. It's not like going to destroy you to think differently. In fact, it's probably really good to change our opinions about things as often as possible. So yeah, that's why I like to get the toes moving. Also, you've got like, nearly 1 million heartbeats a day. I don't know the exact math, but I've heard someone say it was a lot. So all that blood flow is getting stopped in that tissue. That tissue is not getting the proper blood flow all day. You know, you're taking, 5 to 10,000 steps a day. And if you have beaten up toes, you're not articulating all that, tissue in your foot properly, which is then affecting your calf, your shin, your quad, your hip, blah, blah, blah. So even something as simple as, just treating your toes and your feet better can really make a huge difference. Like in football, when they're training like a new rookie, they're like, we got to get your feet strong. Like they obsess over getting the feet powerful. And I definitely agree with that. But there's more than just beating it up and exercising, It's learning how to move all your toes properly again and get that life back in your toes. There you go. Feel how that went that time? It took a lot of softening up. The big toes just won't go today, but that's okay. Don't think that. Deep breath. Let go. Deep breath. Do you two ever work on each other?
No massage, not too much.
Not too much?
Just a little bit of stuff.
Hear that, Tim? She said just a little bit. She sounded real sad.
No.
No, I'm not as good as you, so he wanted to wait for you.
Oh, I see.
I
All
tried.
learn
I tried,
together.
but I've been rejected.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sad.
Anything's good. At first, it's not so good, but you get better and better the more you practice. It's like learning a new language. Like, you could go to a class and learn, but like the best way everyone says is to go and be exposed to that culture and that language all the time. So you just have to dive in. You can't sit and think like I suck at it and just not try. Like that's what puts the power in people's hands who just want to dope you up. Dumb you out. Like you got to take the power back by learning the hard lessons, and it's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy to learn how to massage, and we all have a body, so it's like we can all sort of like empathize with what we're doing, because like we sort of, in a way, you get better at sort of feeling what you're doing to that person. Like you start to get how it feels. Like, oh, this must feel like this, or this stretch must feel like it's going on in this tissue, because like you could sort of imagine how it feels in your body. Doing some light traction on the neck, getting right under the subocciput here. Just gently, with each breath, feeling that contraction and then release. Making sure it's balanced on my fingertips from left to right. So there's a little bit more on the left, a little bit more tension. So just kind of help with the breathing. Millimeter. Just that little bit of pull, it doesn't have to be a huge effort. It's just a little bit.
tension.
Breathe into it. Breathe. Let it go. Breathe in. Let it go. Just relax. Eventually we want to find that depth, but the depth has to be like not forceful. It's got to be nice and loose. So at first, you're going to feel that strain. Eventually, as the tissue starts to relax, then you start to get that movement in that depth. That's what we want. We want that nice, soft movement. That means that tissue is going to work for you. Breathe into it. Wiggle your toes. Breathe in your whole body. There you go. Relax your feet. Doing okay? It's just a very basic stretch, but it does a whole lot when you add that rotation. And once you get that depth you want, then starting to get that rotation in that is going to get all the little transverse muscles and then that to move a little better. And at first, you don't really feel like the relaxation in the tissue that you might want with a lot of soft tissue work like this, like if I was to just beat you up forever. But like the beauty is like that technique sort of extends into the future, and like over the course of the next few days, now that you have that extra movement, it's going to relax those muscles and strengthen them at the same time. Whereas if I was just going to beat them up, we're not really practicing that depth, we're not really practicing that mobility that is going to actually make the tissue stronger and healthier over the next few days. Like we want the tissue to sort of work itself out, which is nice because then you get like 3 days of therapy instead of just healing from getting beaten down like mad from someone who's just mauling your tissue, which is something I did for years. Just maul people. Let me have you flip over. Oh, wow. Grandpa Tim over here.
Grandpa.
Did you say Grandma Tim?
Not easy being old. It's a rough life.
You use and abuse your body.
It's life.
It's okay, I can't talk. Jump up.
Yeah. I can tell your lower back is not happy.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
In the season, we're not even in season right now.
I've been doing this kind of like exercise training. It's for gymnastics, but like I don't know if I'm ever gonna like practice actual gymnastics anytime soon. But just the preliminary stuff to get you ready to get on like a high bar or parallel bars or rings. Like the work is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like it teaches you really how to move your body and how to like understand the different dimensions that it can move in, and different dimensions that you need to get strong to be able to move in those different dimensions. So it's really like been super interesting to get into that work a little bit and apply it at the gym. And people give me weird looks, but I really don't care. well, you're looking like a stiff lumbering giant, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be slick, you know. I want to feel like I can do whatever I want to do. For these guys, you know, sure they put up big weight, but they can only do 3 things. You can only bench, squat, and deadlift. Like,
Yep.
see how far that gets you in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
real world.
How long
you know?
you're gonna be able to do that too.
Right. Yeah. I always hear them constantly talking about injuries. You know, my left shoulder today. It's like, well, how much are you actually training then?
Right.
If you're just like, I can't do this today because of this. I can't do this today because of that. It's like, maybe you should be doing some other exercises.
Right.
You know. It's like the whole putting all your eggs in one basket. You know, it doesn't lead a balanced lifestyle. Push into me. Just lightly. Just lightly. There you go. And relax. We want to get that weak, shaky stuff, you know, not the big muscles that are doing all the work. We want to get those little ones who need to wake up. Just push into me again. Nice and easy. There you go. And relax. Push into me again. Nice and easy. Let it go. Let it go. Breathe into it. Feel a nice stretch in the quad? This hip's going up right away, huh? Does that hurt the lower back? What? A little bit?
No.
No? Push into me a little bit. And relax. Push into me. Relax. Again. Relax. Again. Push. Push nice and easy. Relax. Again. Does this leg or hip ever bother you? Or knee? Relax. Yeah, it does. Your hip. Relax and breathe. Push into me again. Nice and easy. Breathe into it. Let it go. There we go. Very good. So your heel's supposed to touch your butt. Like that's what healthy flexibility in the quad is. And we still got about a fist, a little more than a fist away without me pushing real hard on there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work in your actual hip flexor. Just breathe into it. just elevate the knee a little bit, and that's going to hit a different part of the hip. Push your knee down into my knee, into the table. There you go. Relax. Again, push it down. And relax. Push it down again. And relax. Very good. One more time. Push it down. And relax. Crank it up. Feel that in the front of the hip. So just relax. Get that lower back relax a little bit. This stuff has got some arnica in it. Put that down there, it's good for inflammation. Your muscles are much more balanced than the last 2 times on your back, but they're very traumatized today. They're very like stiff everywhere, just because you've been having to walk so weird. So they look pretty pissed off right now, but at least they're much more balanced looking than the last 2 times. Like the symmetry is real nice. Like, 'cause remember I was saying how like from your left to right upper back, like there's a huge contrast between the way they look. It's much better. This one's still a little bit more superficial, the tension here. We'll get that worked a little bit.
a little bit. That's